With the sun shining this week here in Niagara, we're all thinking about getting outside more, and many of us are thinking about hitting the links, going to the golf courses and playing 9 holes, 18 holes. Let's talk to Kim Viney from the Niagara Parks Commission. She will be talking about the reopening of golf courses when we get the word that that's going to happen. Kim, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Preparations this week were allowed to happen. What exactly did that mean for the Niagara Parks Commission and your 3 golf courses?
It allowed us to recall a number of staff who, of course, have been on layoff given the provincial directives since March. So we were very happy to welcome some of our staff back. They've been busy taking care of both in terms of the mechanics, in terms of the equipment, and of course getting out and getting the greens, first inspecting the greens and doing any pickup from the winter, and then of course getting out and doing the first cuts. With the warm weather that we had earlier, the grass was growing actually quite quickly, so they were quite anxious to get out and start their turf maintenance.
Was there any worries that this later time for that first cut would have caused some problems? Was there any issues as far as, basically the upkeep of the grounds?
Yeah, we certainly have been watching both weather forecasts. Our chief superintendent has been monitoring soil temperatures. So we knew what we were dealing with, and we were, anxious to get out there. So we were glad that word came through when it did. We actually were not too dismayed when the temperatures got cooler again, because it has slowed down the growth for us a little bit. So it's given us a bit of a chance to catch up.
Kim, do you feel that this cooler weather that we've had right through to mid-May has sort of allowed you to, I guess, sit down and wait for this call to open golf courses anyway?
Well, what it has done, it has allowed us to do all the planning that will be necessary for the reopening protocols. We've been working very closely. We have a dedicated health and safety team just devoted to all of the COVID-19 protocols moving forward. We've, of course, stayed in very close touch with our industry partners. We want to ensure that as we all get open, that we're following a similar set of procedures so that the guest expectations and guest behaviors are similar. And, of course, we just want to ensure that once we open, that we've got safe measures in place for our staff as well.
Now, when I go out for a round of golf, just anytime, I'm social distancing because I'm usually out in the rough somewhere or digging for my golf ball in the creek. But, what are some of the parameters that are going to be put in place, at least from what you can guess, to go forward with golfers?
Yeah, so we've got actually quite a list developed. So we are asking guests wherever possible to make their reservations online ahead of time, so we limit the number of guests who need to come into our pro shop. We are going to have a concierge welcome them in at the parking lot itself. If they do not need to go in the pro shop, if they're all set, we are going to space tee times out a bit just to ensure some distancing when they're out on the course. If they're from the same family, they can ride a cart together, but if they're not from the same family, we'll be putting out individuals in individual carts. As they come into the pro shop, if needed, we'll, of course, have, floor markers in place to ensure that guests do remain that 2 meters apart. We're putting in some plexi barriers for our staff. Initially, we're not going to open the rest of the clubhouse, so we're going to run any food out of our halfway house, and washrooms will be there as well. Once they're out on the cart, we're asking for no handshakes or high fives out there. We're removing ball washers. We're removing the sand containers on the carts. We're asking guests if they would please dispose of their own garbage, and we'll provide receptacles for them. We will allow some walking in some pull carts. Or definitely most guests would still choose, especially at Legends, just because of the size of the property, to still go out in a cart. We will have, limited hours initially. And really what we want to do is just kind of feel our way through this. So, as an industry, we're developing safe play protocols, but we do realize that we'll probably have to adjust as we go and see what the demand is and just see what the guest experience is.
Thanks for your time, Kim. Kim Viney, Senior Director of Business Development, Niagara Parks, and good luck with opening your golf courses for this upcoming season.
Thanks very much. We look forward to welcoming everybody back, hopefully very, very soon.